and I am here for another Mixed Media Mayhem recipe for you guys. I am also playing along still with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and this sketch was by Laura Whipfler, and she is Cactus Crew Scrapbook. I'm sorry, Cactus Crew Scrapbooking. I'm not sure if that's Instagram or on YouTube, but go check her out. I had so much fun with this layout, but I did end up reversing the pages. So I put my right page on the left and my left page on the right, and I did bring the borders straight across because it just went really well with my papers. All right, I'm finally getting around to using this colorful, thicker set for my Mixed Media Mayhem recipe. I have texture paste, embossing powder, and ink. I also pulled out a ton of cocoa vanilla supplies because that is the name of the game. I'm going to start using my stuff. Now, back in the day, cocoa vanilla for me was very hard to get. I got my hands on what little I could, and now it seems like I have every collection from 2020 all the way up to 2023. So I need to use the stuff, you guys, especially the boy collections, because they all mesh well together. They are all amazing. So I have some sticker sheets from No Limits, Boys Rule, Legendary. I've got die cuts from Boys Rule. I've got this really cool tiny word phrases from Heidi Swap. For my embossing powder, I'm going to be using these awesome Dina Wakley stars. They are made for give me a minute, Mixed Media. So she's got them on red rubber. I have a scrap of white cardstock, my embossing ink, and black powder. I'm going to try it again, you guys. Anyways, for my texture paste, I'm going to try to use the expanding mousse. Now they are the exact same expanding mousse. It's just one is opened and one is not. And I end up throwing away the open one because as soon as you open them, it's a one-time wonder, you guys. You can only use it once. I've tried the press and seal on top of it. I've tried everything. I give up. I don't need that stuff in my life. It's too complicated. All right, from Boys Rule, I also picked out my my wood grain. Oh my god. I have 2 pieces of this really cool arrow paper, again from Boys Rule, and I have 2 pieces of scrap. Both of them look, this one looks a little like, I don't know, chalkboard, but it's got these really cool stars on the other side. And then this one here looks like galvanized metal, and it's that beautiful starburst on the other side. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is get the embossing done and over with. I knew if I procrastinated any longer, it wasn't going to happen. Now, I did have someone leave me a comment the last time how to get rid of all of the little dots and things that are around my stars, or around my other, I think they were my spider webs. You guys, I'm messy and I don't like neat and clean. I like all of that. So yes, I do know how to get rid of them. I have a powder tool or an embossing bag. I think is embossing buddy is what Stampin' Up! Called it back in the day. I have one of those, but for me, I want all that powder. I want all that messiness. I want that. My problem with embossing is the fact that it's not raised and it's not glossy. It like soaks into the page. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I put it on there until it gets all shiny and melted, and then when I look back, it's gone. The shiny and the melty is gone, and it is soaked into the page like it was wet media, and then it just dried, and now it's just blah black. I don't know. My powder could be antique. Who knows, you guys? But it's just disappointing to me. All that work for what looks like I inked it. That's it. So that's my problem with embossing powder. Other than the fact that it gets everywhere, but hey, so does glitter, so does half of the other stuff that I choose to use and have more fun with it. But that is my issue with embossing powder. All right, so for my texture paste, I'm going to use this giant word, I believe was by Maggie Holmes back in the day. I only have one left. I'm so excited to be using this stuff, you guys, seriously. My little bag of pre-made words and pre-made alpha, thicker words is half gone. I am so stoked. and it's only July. So I pray it's all gone by the end of the year, because that was my goal for 2023, is to use up all of these alpha stickers, and all my other alpha letters are sitting in my Raskog cart going, why don't you use us anymore? Anyways, so this is expanding mousse, and you're supposed to apply some heat to it, and it's supposed to do something. I have no idea. Mine bubbled, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me see what happens if I add black ink to it. So still can't find my Onyxly Black from Altenew, so I'm going to end up using Memento, just because I wasn't doing any stamping or anything like that. It was just a rub on and see what kind of texture it looks like, and I love it. All right, so for my border, I'm just trying to decide what pattern I want it to go in. And I really wanted this blue. Now, this blue is from Bohemian Dreams. You guys, that is such a girly girl collection, but I loved all the purple in that collection. I cut them at 4.5 inches, and now I'm going to do my wood grain, and I believe I do the wood grain at 3.5. Oh, 3 3/4. I lied. And I'm going to have the wood grain going up and down, because I just felt like it was going to be seen a lot more. Now, if I really wanted to save this wood grain, but that's not the name of the game, I could have only cut out 1/2-inch strips, which is probably what I would have done back in the day if I was to, be hoarding my stuff still. But the name of the game is use the stuff. I probably have a wood grain that is similar to, but not exact to, this exact piece of paper in my 4-inch wood grain collection. Yes, I said 4-inch because I have kind of a little wood grain obsession going on. That'll last me forever. All right, so like I said in the beginning of the video, I took Laura's sketch and I put the right page over on the left, and I'm putting the left page over on the right because of my son's photo. I did not want to trim it down. All the other photos I took from 6x4, and I trimmed them down to a 3x4. Now, I do this for a purpose, because if I was to have shrunk all of my photos down to 3x4s, you wouldn't have even been able to tell the difference between my children, especially that far right photo of one of my sons who is way over there. I stood in the hallway of my other son's room and took that picture. And so if I was to have printed that at 3x4 or wallet size or whatever other size, he would have been microscopic, and you wouldn't have grasped the concept of what was in the picture. It would have been really hard to get that. So I print them at 4x6, and I choose to cut them down. I always do. I always cut the dead space out. Okay, now another thing I did was I flipped the layout again. So if I wanted the border on the left page of Laura's sketch, again, I'm talking about that. If I wanted the border down at the bottom, that means that my technically 4x6 photo needs to be over on the right, and then the 2 4x3s needed to be over on the left. And so I basically just, in my brain, flipped it, and now I'm trying to put my main stars where she has her scallop circles. So I'm trying to go through those. Then I'm going to go through my stickers in my die cut pack and get all of those sorted out and decided what may or may not end up on this layout. Now, everything I pick does not end up on this layout, but it does. So this is a day in the life of us, and we just so happen to need to go to the dentist. And I'm not sure about you guys, but we always schedule our eye appointments, our dental appointments, even our physicals for sports. We always schedule them at the same time, the same day, everything. So we take up an entire dental office. Thank goodness the eye doctor finally expanded, because we used to take up the entire eye doctor too. Like, we closed them for the day because they only had 3 exam rooms, and there's 6 of us. So anywho, not that we take up an entire day. I'm exaggerating, you guys, but yeah, that's what we do, is we take up a good 2-hour portion of their day just for us. And it's kind of cool because it's a little one-on-one with all the doctors type of deal, because we're the only ones, in the office. It is nice. But so it was dentist day. My daughter had to have a root canal. So that is her little photo in the center of the right page with that little blue disc in her mouth. My other 2 sons on either side came out with a good bill of health. So they were So, no cavities yet or still or then. And then my middle son, or no, that's my youngest son. I apologize. My youngest son was told, what on earth are you doing hanging on with this tooth? It is barely there. So either you're going to do it or we are going to do it. And so the dental hygienist stepped out, and while she was gone, he yanked out his tooth. And I hate to say it, but I covered it up because it was a mess. And I walked in to go and take a picture of him like I did the other boys, and there he was sitting there with the little, I don't know what that's called, gauzy thing in his mouth and his tooth in his hand. And I was so proud of him that he did that. It's like, well, they said they were going to do it if I didn't. And I'm like, that's awesome. That is so my boy. He is that kind of kid, you guys. Seriously. It was kind of cool. When he broke his arm, it was the same thing. It's either, we got to put it back into place, dude. So you okay with this? And he's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah, he is 110% boy. So he does get his own page. And what's really cool is in my album, where it splits into another book is where this 2-page layout goes. So he will be in, the first book, and then the other layout will be in the second book. So they won't be side by side, which I think is pretty cool because they do look like two separate layouts, even though I'm making them as a 2-page spread. His is what the heck, boys rule. That's my boy. It's all about, how awesome that was that he did that. Excuse me. And then, of course, the other one is more of encouraging. You've got this. It's just one of those days. Remember today, all that stuff. So it's kind of a different mood and feel on the right page than it is on the left page. But I knew that in my album, they would be split up. All right, you guys. One of the things too, so for mixed media, I've got my texture paste, which was my giant word title. I love that. My embossing powder, which is all of my stars. And then, of course, my ink. Now, my ink was 2 inks. I used embossing ink, but then I also turned around and used black ink to get all those raised sections that the expanding mousse did on my giant word. But I also did the dice game, which I kind of took out because this layout was getting a little on the long side. And for my dice, I cannot remember. I rolled a 4 and a 6 is what it looked like. And so I had to go into my color bins and pick out something from the color bins. So that happened to be the washi tape because now my washi tape is in my color bins. I also had to pick out brads or flare. So I am putting on the brads right now. Actually, I already passed it. I'm doing the stars now. And then, of course, I already had scraps picked out. I stamped my stars on white scrap. And then my stars down at the bottom border and my photo mats all came from a scrap that I showed. And then, of course, embossing powder, which was part of my recipe. So it was a twofer. So I did get all of my dice on there. I did skimp out a little bit. I picked out a few other things from my, what is that called? My color bin, which is actually called a bulky bin. So I don't know why I call it a color bin because they're in color, in rainbows, but I call it my bulky bin because I don't really have any flat things in there. All my big stuff, all my dimensional stuff is in my bins. Oh my goodness. I brought the frog today and he does not want to go away. So anywho, I definitely only got the washi tape, but I did add the washi tape in there. For one, I had enough room to color code my washi. For two, my washi was definitely getting ignored where I originally had them stashed. And for three, the colors that I picked out just really didn't go with that blue in Bohemian Dreams or the dark blue. So the washi was the only thing that I ended up on this layout. I do have to trim off my wood grain paper still, but I just wanted to share with you guys what my layouts ended up looking like. I do absolutely love this. Now, even though that star ended up, that edge of the star from the left page ended up on the right, when you look at them, they still look like two separate layouts. And I absolutely love this because they will be in two separate albums, but they still end up, it's all still for 2021. And I'm getting close to finishing this album, you guys, which actually I'm too embarrassed to tell you how many albums it ended up being. So I'm not going to tell you. That's like asking how old I am. But I'm anxious to get started on 2022, but I don't think it's going to take me as long because 2021 was our makeup year for 2020. So anyways, that is what I've got for you guys today. Please be sure to check out everyone else down below who is playing along with the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe. Also, too, there are 2 links down below for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, Series 12. One link is for the Facebook group, and the other link is for the playlist of who was playing along last month, but I'm behind. Laura, thank you so much for creating such an awesome sketch for us to play with. Don't forget to use the stuff, and don't forget to check out Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube to go see how she is using her stuff and whether or not she used it for Mixed Media Mayhem as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will check y'all later. Bye.